All righty. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. If you are watching this live, and if you are watching the recording also, I greet you. Welcome to another exciting session of the YouTube Millionaire Blueprint. Is that there are three things that you need to be successful as a YouTuber. Every other thing is just noise. That if you don't know it, you are not likely to be an intentionally successful YouTuber. You might be an unconsciously successful YouTuber because you are doing some things regularly, but you need to be an intentional YouTuber so that your trajectory can be more pointed upwards. In other words, it can come faster. If you're a content provider or content generator and you're always generating content, maybe it might take you 3 or 4 years to get to the monetization level. But if you're intentional, you can get there in under 6 months or 3 months, which is the target of this class, to get you there in under 90 days. And we're even trying to shoot for 45 days in this challenge that we are doing. Why? Because if you're intentional, you attract a lot of things that normally won't come to you because you don't even know what you are doing. So the first thing I want everyone to remember, whether this is your first video of this series that you're watching or not, this one is constant. There are 3 inescapable stages to making money from YouTube. Stage 1, which is what all these videos have been watching up to this point. This should be video number 12 if it is properly presented, which is creating great structural foundation with your YouTube channel. If your foundation is right, everything moves faster. If you don't have a good foundation, does not mean you will make money. For years, I was making money in YouTube without even knowing there was a foundation, much less having one, because I overwhelmed the whole system with great content all the time, but I didn't know what I was supposed to do. So my money was minimal compared to what I should be. And with the level of content I put on this YouTube for 15 years, I should not be on less than a $50,000 to $100,000 a month if I was intentional that I really want to grow this thing into a serious income stream. I have several of them, but I never considered YouTube as an income stream. I've never thought about it. So the little money I get, I'm just happy. Oh, you get $1,000 today, $600 tomorrow. You're just happy. But now I'm saying that by being intentional, you can grow your business to 6 figures. 6 figures means 100,000 a year. That's like 10,000 a month within the first 3 years. Seriously, many people that I've interviewed or investigated, they've done it, but they were very intentional. So you have to do that. That's getting foundation, which is what we are discussing. And what I did was I went to distill, research, and check what successful people who are intentional have done to lay a solid structural foundation for their YouTube career. I don't want you to see it as a channel or their YouTube business. Once you see it as a business, it's a whole different mindset. And YouTube is a self-contained business for millions in the world right now, where that is their primary source of income, and that's what they wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to work. They go to work on their YouTube channel. That's what I'm talking about. And I've decided to 21, not for any particular reasons, that like maybe 30 or so that I got, and I just felt that some of them could be mad, and I came up with 21 very simple strategies. None of them is complicated. They have to do with configuration, how you do stuff, when you do stuff, but they are fundamental to your structural foundation. The second stage is that you must master traffic generation, both organic and paid traffic. If you really want to be intentional and you want your success to be accelerated, organic even more than the paid, a lot of very successful YouTubers out there don't do paid advert. But more of the much more successful ones, they do paid advert, even though they won't tell you. There's a way you can check their channels and you can see that they're actually running adverts, but they will never mention that to you. So at some point, you too may need to do some advert, especially when it's to charge up your channel early. But if you get the organic traffic generation right, meaning that you are not paying for that, you can then you position yourself for amazing income. So that will be part 2 of this YouTube Millionaire Blueprint that I'm working on. When I'm done with this, then I'm going to do the traffic generation one first for my team in-house. I have a team of YouTubers that I'm training, and we first go through it to make sure they get it. But either way, you also can search, you can Google, you can go to YouTube and learn how do I generate traffic to my YouTube videos. By the time you watch 20, 30 videos, you are going to get the basics. There is nothing complicated out there. There is nothing you want that is not there. I'm not going to say you have to take my courses because I have the three of them, but I recommend you to buy all of them, the 3 courses, and the 3 books. Why? Because I took months to put all of this together. That's the only difference. If you also have months to do research, watch endless YouTube videos, watch endless training, you can come up with what I have in my course. So even if you don't have money, but you have no choice. Traffic generation is the next level. After, it's like building a house, stage 1. Traffic generation is getting people to come and see what you have in the house. It's like you build a house, put beautiful things in there that people are paying for, people are coming to enjoy. That's stage 1, which will involve creating the road to your house, will involve getting great stuff, structuring your house well, making sure your curtain is in the right place, making sure the chairs are properly arranged, making sure the painting on your house is all good. That's stage 1 that we're doing now. Stage 2 then is how to get people off the street to come here. If it's a real business, for instance, if it's a normal, I take that back. This is a real business. If this is an offline business, you be talking about doing something like flyer, advertising on TV, dancing naked all over the street, doing stuff to get people to come there. We're going to learn the one for YouTube in stage 2. And stage 3, of course, is the final stage, mastering monetization strategy, because YouTube is just a platform waiting to give you amazing money, way beyond just views. You're going to get that with your traffic generation anyway. I'm talking about next elevated level of master income, which is representing 70 to 80% of what the really successful financial ones are doing. And most times it's got nothing to do with the number of followers you have. That subscribers matter, but some who have far less subscription than those who have millions, they're making more money than those who have millions of subscribers, because they. So those are the. Make sure I repeat every time I do this video that you. Either you're going to get my courses to do it, or buy somebody else's courses to learn it, or you're going to do your own research. Either way, it don't matter. The important thing is that you get it done. If you really want to reach that promised land where people are saying, oh, you are making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, and more on YouTube channel. Literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions, are doing it right now. And you can too, all right? But the most important secret is nothing will work without consistency and commitment. That is the number 1 ingredient for success as a YouTuber. The reason why many of us who have YouTube channels are not making money is that we're not consistent and we're not committed. Commitment means you actually sit down and do what it takes to stay on your channel and work it. Consistency, obviously, is nothing to do with the quantity, but in terms of you are doing something consistently, even if it's once a week, they can count on you to be doing some stuff consistently on your channel.